Excuse me, I'm looking for some guy named Stan Lee.
What's up with y'all, man? We back at it with another YouTube video, and I got my lining back. You know what I'm saying? I got my lining back, man. So I'm back at it fresh as hell. And it's too early, man. It's 2:44 in the morning, man. But we back at it with another reaction. Now, today, man, we talking about this bitch ass nigga Fisk and shit, and we talking about the time how he banded all these vigilantes, which I talked about in the last video, which is no reason to do that because you got these weak ass cops that ain't really doing shit, that's just making shit worse, and they was making shit better. But you know, I did enough talking. Let's get to it, my guy.
New York City's mayor, he decided to take down what he saw.
From the beginning.
When Fisk became New York City's mayor, he decided to take down what he saw as the city's biggest threat, superheroes. He'd already tried before, but now he had the law on his side, and he used it to make every vigilante's life a living hell. At the start of Devil's reign, Fisk discovers evidence that he once knew Daredevil's secret identity, but the information has been magically erased from his mind, courtesy of a past encounter with the Purple Man's children. So, pissed off about that gap in his memory and totally...
Who is the Purple Man? Hold up, who is the Purple Man? I ain't hear about this. What the name? Wait, whoa. I ain't even put that in the series. Who's the Purple Man? See, now I gotta go get the comic. I gotta go get the comic now.
Done with vigilantes, Fisk decides to shut down all superhero activity in New York. He pushes through this law called the Powers Act, a hardcore anti-hero rule that bans any crime fighting unless it's officially approved. Just like that, wearing a mask or having powers makes you a criminal, even if you're trying to help. It's not the first time Marvel's pulled something like this. The Superhuman Registration Act from Civil War had similar vibes, but on a national level. But unlike Civil War, where heroes were split because of personal beliefs, this time, it's just one corrupt dude forcing his agenda on the whole city. Once the Powers Act kicks in, Fisk doesn't waste his time.
I remember the Civil War, man. Now tell me what y'all think in the comics, if y'all watched the movie or y'all read the comic book. Now I seen the little comic story in videos on YouTube, what happened in the Civil War. Like I said, me personally, I think that is so stupid that that why now y'all trying to ban the superhero. Like, I feel like superheroes makes things so much better than stupid cops. I'm sorry, bro. Cops don't do nothing. Now firefighters, all that, keep them. We need those, but police, man, boo, y'all trash. That shit is enforced, literally. That's the only. We have to depend on police. That's the only thing we have. Like, there's just no choice on that. Like, shit, I don't know, man.
Second, he sends out the Thunderbolts, a sketchy NYPD-approved task force made up of actual supervillains now playing cops. We're talking bad guys like Crossbones, Taskmaster, Typhoid Mary, Shocker.
See, you hired super villains. You didn't make no point. Make no sense. Don't make no sense.
Rhino and Electro. This Electro is a woman named Francine Fry.
U.S. hired the Rhino, Electro,
New Yorker who was obsessed with supervillains as a way to escape reality. Then there's Agony, aka Gemma Shin, who ended up bonding with the...
So you got a Venom character too that's... I told you, bro. This man campaigned this weekend.
Agony symbiote during Knowles' invasion. Even John Walker and Kraven the Hunter are in the mix, all rocking badges and taking down heroes under Fisk's orders. Their job is to track down any vigilante who dares break the new law. Almost overnight, New York's heroes go from protecting the city to being hunted, harassed, and locked up by the same villains they used to take down. Except now, those villains are backed by the system. A bunch of big-name heroes get taken off the board. Fisk's Thunderbolts manage to capture Reed Richards and Sue Storm, plus other heroes like Iron Fist and Moon Knight. They all end up locked away in a high-security prison called the Myrmidon.
Wait a minute. That is so bro. Oh my gosh, that is so backwards, bro. That is the most backwards thing I ever seen. So you mean to tell me that all the superheroes got locked up, and now all the villains are free? I don't understand. Yeah.
Fisk's crackdown gets more intense, public opinion turns into a full-on battleground. A lot of regular people, tired of superheroes blowing up their neighborhoods in big fights, actually support Fisk's tough stance at first. But others start to see it for what it really is, a dangerous power grab. That's when Luke Cage steps up. At first, he's just trying to keep his head down and stay out of trouble with his wife Jessica Jones and their daughter. But everything changes when a group of Thunderbolts, led by Shocker, crashes a bus and puts innocent lives at risk. Luke and Jessica jump into action, saving people in the middle of the chaos. Right after the rescue, with a crowd watching and phones recording, Luke gives a powerful speech right there on the street. He says he's going to protect the people, no matter what the law says. Just like that, he becomes the face of the resistance, a symbol of hope standing up against Fisk's anti-hero crackdown. Not long after, a group of heroes meets in secret, deep in the ruined sub-basement of Avengers Mansion, to figure out how to push back against Fisk's regime.
Let me pause it. I got some questions I gotta ask my subscribers real quick. So if anyone wants Daredevil, Born Again season 1, I want y'all opinion. What you think is gonna happen in season 2? You know what I'm saying? Now I know a lot of y'all probably didn't watch season 1. If y'all didn't watch season 1, go ahead and watch that. But you know what I'm saying? Because it looking like that's gonna happen. I heard the Defenders is gonna come in. I'm hearing some things. You know what I'm saying? Sony, man, make a deal, man. Put Spider-Man in it. Bitch, man. Make it some money, man. I'm telling you, man. That can be a big thing, man. I'm telling you, man. But let's continue.
Tony throws out the idea of running for mayor himself, thinking he could beat Fisk in the next election and overturn the Powers Act legally. But the others aren't sold. They argue that Luke Cage is the better choice. He's got no secret identity. He's grounded. And he's someone the people actually know and trust. Exactly. Luke's one of them, and that makes all the difference. Tony's ego definitely takes a hit.
And he's black. Bro, my camera center died. That is crazy. Let's continue though.
But he swallows it and steps aside. With that, Luke Cage officially launches his campaign to take down Wilson Fisk at the ballot box. Now the whole conflict shifts into a political showdown. Mayor Fisk versus Luke Cage, battling it out for the future of New York. Not just with fists in the streets, but in the court of public opinion. All while the city's still caught in the chaos of Vigilantes versus Thunderbolts. Even with Luke running for mayor.
I'm sorry to keep pausing. But I think this is spoilers for season 2 or Born Again. I'm just saying, I know this in the comics, but I think this is spoilers for Born Again season 2, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is looking like some spoilers, man. Damn.
Fisk has zero intention of keeping things fair. Behind the scenes, he pulls out a secret weapon to mess with the election. Zebediah Kilgrave, aka the Purple Man. The public has no idea, but Fisk had the Purple Man captured and locked up earlier. Now, he figures out a way to use Kilgrave's powers, which let him control people's minds, to secretly influence voters and rig the outcome in his favor. Fisk takes it to a whole new level of messed up. He literally cuts off one of Purple Man's fingers and uses it to build a twisted mind control device. A staff that lets him broadcast Kilgrave's influence on a massive scale. Fisk then brings in Dr. Octopus to boost the staff's power with a bunch of advanced tech. The result is a full-blown mind control weapon. Quietly and literally, Fisk starts brainwashing parts of the population to support his regime. Even some Avengers and city officials begin backing his Law and Order platform for no clear reason. They just feel like it's the right thing to do. But Jessica sees right through it. Having survived Purple Man's control in the past, she instantly recognizes the eerie purple haze effect in people's behavior. That's when the heroes realize the truth. Fisk isn't just playing dirty. He's robbing people of their free will. It's a massive violation of civil rights, and now the fight isn't just about heroes versus villains, it's about saving the soul of the city. Fisk's plans don't stop there. With the Kingpin's blessing, Dr. Octopus runs his own twisted side mission. Using a multi-dimensional portal, Ock pulls 3 alternate versions of himself, each fused with powers from other heroes. Think Doc Ock as the Hulk, Ghost Rider, and Wolverine. This superior 4 becomes a serious boost to Fisk's already dangerous forces. Meanwhile, the Thunderbolts keep the pressure on, clashing with heroes all across the city. Spider-Man, who at this point is Ben Reilly, ends up being one of the first major casualties. He gets brutally beaten by Taskmaster during a rooftop fight. The Thunderbolts have another nasty trick up their sleeve, a special collar designed to neutralize a hero's powers. During the fight, Taskmaster manages to slap one of these collars on Spider-Man, cutting off his abilities. Then, without hesitation, he throws him off the rooftop. Luckily, the Thing and Human Torch swoop in and break Spidey out before he's tossed in jail. But things are only getting worse. Every hero is under siege, constantly trying to protect people while avoiding arrest. The city's spiraling fast, and the heroes are running out of time. Desperate to tighten his grip on the city, Fisk discovers a new opportunity: the Purple Children. These are the innocent children of Purple Man, each of them born with a piece of his terrifying mind control powers. Fisk realizes that if he can capture them and tap into their powers, he could supercharge Killgrave's influence to a level the world's never seen. So he sends his Thunderbolt squads out to find and capture the Purple Children. This move crosses a serious line. Rhino backs out the moment he realizes they're being sent to hunt down kids. He reveals to the champions that Fisk is hunting down the other Purple Children to use their mind control powers. When Miles hears this, he realizes how serious the situation is and immediately alerts the other heroes about Fisk's plan.
It again, bro. The fact that this man Rhino is like, man, I'm done. Bro, he taking it too far that's saying a lot. This Rhino is also a villain.
Fisk's forces manage to capture most of the Purple Children and hook them up to Doc Ock's machine, using them to massively boost Purple Man's mind control powers. Only one Purple child, a boy named Joseph, is saved thanks to a last-minute rescue by Jessica Jones and the champions. But with the rest of the children trapped and weaponized, the clock is ticking for the heroes to stop Fisk before it's too late. At this point, the entire city turns into a war zone. 2 weeks into the Powers Act being enforced, Fisk's tech team, with guys like Doc Ock leading the charge, unleashes swarms of surveillance drones and mind control signals, turning New York into a full-on high-tech police state. Fisk doesn't care about the upcoming election anymore. He's used the staff containing Killgrave's finger to force himself to remember Daredevil's real name. And now that he knows it, all he wants is to watch the world burn. He turns on Octavius, using the Hulk variant of Octavius to take Doc Ock out of the picture. Then, with Killgrave now supercharged by the powers of his children, Fisk commands him to send the entire city after the superheroes. The remaining free heroes pull together for one last shot at stopping Fisk's plan. Sue leads a jailbreak from the Myrmidon prison, freeing herself, Reed, and a group of other imprisoned heroes. Once out, they reconnect with the underground resistance. Soon, a full roster of heroes is back in action. Together, they develop neural disruptors, small devices that block Killgrave's mind control, giving them a fighting chance against the citywide psychic assault. The climax of Devil's Reign explodes as all the storylines crash together at City Hall. While the Avengers and other heroes clash with mind-controlled Thunderbolts and civilians in the streets, the final showdown happens between Matt Murdock and Wilson Fisk. Matt, driven by rage, goes after Fisk directly. What finally pushes him over the edge is that Fisk, in a blind fit of fury, ordered the hit on Mike Murdock, Matt's twin brother, mistakenly believing he was having Matt killed. I know you might be surprised to hear that Matt has a brother, but even if I gave you 1,000 guesses, you probably never figure out how that brother came to exist. Back in Daredevil issue 25 from 1967, Foggy and Karen started getting suspicious that Matt might be Daredevil. So Matt came up with this wild idea. He invented a twin brother named Mike and claimed he was the real Daredevil. Matt would actually dress up and act as Mike just to throw people off and protect his secret identity. Fast forward a few decades to Daredevil Volume 5, Issue 606, and writer Charles Soule with artist Phil Noto brought Mike Murdock back, but this time as a real person. That happened thanks to an inhuman named Reader, who has the power to make anything he reads become real. While reading about Mike, he accidentally brought him to life. So Mike Murdock, who originally was just a made-up cover story, ended up becoming an actual person with his own memories and existence in the Marvel Universe. Now that you know the backstory about the brother, let's get back to the main story. Matt corners Fisk, burning with fury, but he's not alone. Elektra's right there with him, demanding justice of her own. What follows is a brutal fight between Daredevil and Kingpin, the final battle in a rivalry that's been building for years. All of Fisk's power and political influence mean nothing when it comes down to raw, hand-to-hand combat, and Daredevil's wrath.
I'm just locked in on this video, but bro. Yeah, this is definitely spoilers for the next season. So, I'm going to tell y'all, I don't know if y'all, everybody going to watch the show, but I'm going to tell y'all what I feel like what's going to happen. The Defenders going to come back. I think Iron Fist all them. They still hunting them down and stuff. But they going to make their little team. Out from what I'm just seeing on this video, Luke Cage is gonna be the mayor as go against Kingpin. But I don't know about the Purple Man. I don't know about all that. What they gonna do with that storyline, and then too, you got Avengers Doomsday coming up. I don't know what Marvel gonna do, man. Marvel got me all confused.
Is unstoppable. At one point, Matt even turns Fisk's own mind control staff against him, using it to flood his mind with painful memories, momentarily stunning him. As the fight reaches its peak, Daredevil is pushed to the edge. Fueled by grief and rage, he's seconds away from killing Fisk in cold blood. But then, Elektra steps in, stopping him at the critical moment. She reminds Matt of who he is, and more importantly, who he wants to be. Thanks to Elektra's intervention, Daredevil pulls back and spares Fisk's life, choosing to be better than the monster he's fighting. They leave the bloodied and broken Kingpin for the authorities. Meanwhile, on the psychic battlefield, the heroes make their final move to shut down Purple Man's influence. Joseph, the Purple Child, rescued by Jessica Jones and the Champions, uses a neural disruptor device, handed to him by Luke Cage, to shield himself from his father's control. With Luke's support and his own courage, Joseph pushes back against the overwhelming psychic pressure. He manages to break free and disrupt Purple Man's grip on the city. The result is explosive. Purple Man is finally defeated, and the psychic assault comes to an end. After defeating his father, Joseph reunites with his siblings, and for the first time in a long while, he's finally able to rest. When the fighting is over, Fisk's time as mayor comes to an end. In the aftermath, he's arrested for his crimes, but he manages to escape. He's left with nothing. The powerful allies who once supported him have turned their backs, and now he stands alone. Unwilling to live as someone else's pawn, Fisk makes one final decision. He leaves New York behind entirely. In a bitter epilogue, he sails off into the sunset with his wife, Typhoid Mary, ending his chapter, at least for now. With Fisk out of office, the big question...
Her name wasn't Vanessa? Damn. No, everything is everything, but I'm gonna let him finish his, come on, man.
Becomes, who will lead New York City now? The answer is Luke Cage. Since he was the only major candidate running against Fisk, Luke becomes the new mayor of New York by default after Fisk's arrest. As mayor, Luke's first priority is repealing the Powers Act and restoring civil liberties. But the comic makes it clear, Fisk's anti-hero law doesn't just disappear overnight. Luke has to navigate the legal system, dismantling the damage Fisk left behind one piece at a time. At the same time, he begins reforming the Thunderbolts program, turning it from a strike force of weaponized villains into a true heroic peacekeeping team, one built to serve and protect the city instead of controlling it. And one important thing, Matt takes advantage of his brother's death to fake his own. In his words, Mike didn't have many friends, so no one will really miss him, and Matt can pretend it was him who died. That way, Matt can live solely as Daredevil.
True. Alright, man. That's about it, man. That's this video ended, man. I'm gonna get with y'all next time. And also comment, man. I'll be seeing y'all. I'll be hearing y'all be saying that y'all be looking at my videos, but I don't be seeing y'all in the comments, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think of the video, man.